Don't try to sneak into your room like that. I know what you've got behind your back. Records. More new records.
Hey there. I wasn't planning on doing a video today, to tell you the truth. I just got back from the gym and I was going to take a shower. But this Erroll Garner box set just arrived. It just showed up and it's still sealed. And I thought we would open it together and see what's inside, okay? So Erroll Garner, everybody in the world that I know had this record at one point or another. This is like in the 50s. This is like one of those records. If a person had any kind of record collection, they had Erroll Garner, Concert by the Sea, produced by George Avakian. Erroll Garner was 33 years old when he recorded this in early 1950s. It was a CL883, an early Columbia record. Erroll Garner never learned to read music, but he could hear something and play it. He was one of those people. He only lived to 56 years old. He died. Before I did this, actually, I printed some. I'm cheating. I printed out some information because I'm not encyclopedic when it comes to Erroll Garner. But he was born in 1921 in Pittsburgh, and he passed away January 2nd, 1977, at 55 years old in Los Angeles, which is a shame. He was 5 feet 2. He was a very short man, and he sat on a bunch of telephone books. Oh, some of you young people don't know what a telephone book is, so you can look it up. And that's how he played. And he also vocalized a lot. And his style was a combination of he did a stride thing. He was very unique in his chording and the way he blocked out chords. Very unique playing. He was a unique individual. And after he passed away, his legacy kind of got muddled. And a bunch of people got together and said, let's make sure that Erroll Garner's recorded legacy and his... he wrote the song Misty. Everybody knows the song Misty. Look at me. That Johnny Mathis made popular and Clint Eastwood made a movie about. He wrote that song. And someone else put lyrics to it, and that was one of his most famous things. But at any rate, I'm rambling. Of course I'm rambling because I wasn't planning on doing this video, but I got to get this done. So here's the Erroll Garner box set. And Erroll Garner also started Octave Music, his own label, and the people in charge of the heirs of his estate are doing everything they can to promote the greatness that was Erroll Garner. And this box set just came out, and this was done by Mack Avenue Records, and this is produced by Peter Lockhart and Steve Rosenthal. I believe, I could be incorrect about this, but I believe the Steve Rosenthal who did this is the Steve Rosenthal who had a wonderful studio in New York called The Magic Shop. I believe that's him, and Lou Reed used to record there, and I'm rambling again. But at any rate, so this is called Liberation and Swing, Erroll Garner's Centennial Collection. And this is the deluxe box set. Let's open it up and see what it is. We know what it is. It's a deluxe box set. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Shall we? So we're doing that right now. I'll probably edit. You don't have to see me struggling with the plastic, right? I'll probably edit something of this out. All right. There. Don't do that! Sorry. All right, so here it is. Now, what's in here? Before I open the box, let me read to you what it says back here. So the centerpiece of this special collection is a 60-page hardcover book featuring revealing essays by vocalist and visual artist Cecile McLaurin-Salvant, who we're all big fans of her. She's one of the greatest young vocalists. She's just fantastic. Author and historian Robin D.G. Kelly, who actually sings pretty well too, I've been told, and drummer and producer Terry Lyle Carrington, along with Garner's original artwork, rare photographs, and unique glimpses into Erroll Garner's archives. As Dr. Kelly writes in his essay, together, the various elements of liberation and swing and make the zenith of Garner's career and provide more than ample proof of his preeminent place in musical history, obviously. The Octave record story is one that remains relevant today. It is the real story of Erroll Garner and Martha Glazer, who was both the producer and his confidant. She basically ran the show for him as best as I can figure out. and their quest for artistic freedom, a story of dreams and disappointments, triumphs and tribulations, invention and imagination. Very well placed. So what's on here is the complete Symphony Hall concert. This is 3 12-inch LPs on 180 gram black vinyl, plus 192 24-bit master recording quality downloads. And this is a previously unreleased 3-set performance featuring Eddie Calhoun on bass, who played with Erroll Garner for many, many years. In fact, I think that Eddie Calhoun plays on this record that was produced by George Avakian in Carmel, California. I can't find it on here, but that's so. And this was recorded live in 1959 in Boston Symphony Hall. These were mono analog tapes, now transformed via the plangent process to ensure maximum sonic fidelity. Now, the plangent process is a process that takes care of issues in analog tape like scrape flutter. You know, when the tape goes by the head, there's scrape flutter and other anomalies. So the guy that invented this, who hates me actually, but that's okay because I love him, he found a way to lock onto the bias tone that's on a tape. Now the bias tone is ultra high frequency, you don't really hear it, but it's there. And so that tone is also fluttering along with the scraping of the tape as it goes by the head. So once you digitize the tape by locking onto the bias tone, you can straighten that out, get rid of the artifact of the scrape flutter, and have a much better sounding final product. Now you have to digitize it to do that. So some of us think that digital preserves music the way formaldehyde preserves frogs. You kill it and then it lasts forever. But it works very well in some cases, in many cases. And at this point in digital technology, it's gotten a lot better. We all agree it's gotten a lot better. When it's high res like this, there could be an advantage to taking an older tape like this and doing this process, and the final result will be when we listen to it, right? Actually, I've heard test pressings, and it really sounds great, so I'm just saying that. And he's covering Dancing in the Dark, My Funny Valentine, A Foggy Day, basically a lot of pop songs that Erroll Garner took and did his own way. A My Fair Lady medley, which back then in 1959 that show was hot, and a whole bunch of other things. I don't think he does Misty. Yeah, he does Misty. Of course, he's going to do Misty. That's in set 3. So this is a 3-record set on 12-inch 180 gram black vinyl. Then there's a single 12-inch LP on white vinyl called Sessions, and these were discovered on the Octave Master session tapes and never before available on vinyl. And it's 10 tunes on one record. Then the Octave Records remastered 12 CD collection in custom portfolio, 192 24-bit master recording quality download. So you can download, it's here on CDs, but you can download the high resolution files when you buy this set. And of course, as we all know, CDs are perfect and high resolution is a scam, blah, blah, blah. But, and high definition television, another scam. I don't know whether you know that. But regular old NTSC television, good enough. Okay, I'm just kidding. So this collection on 12 CDs or high resolution download, which I will do and put on Rune immediately, because, people, I love records, I cover records, that's what I do. I've got a digital setup, I play CDs, I've got 8,000 files on a hard drive, etc., etc. Do I still think records sound better? Yes. Do I listen to records late at night when I come down here alone? Yes, but I've got lots of digital, and I listen to that too. So don't stereotype me, okay? So these 12 CDs or downloads represent the published output, the whole thing of Octave Records from the founding of the label in 1960 through Erroll Garner's passing in 1977. Each album has been expanded to include at least one new song, including 8 previously unpublished Garner compositions. So, the 12 CDs are Dream Sheet, Close Up in Swing, One World Concert, A New Kind of Love, A Night at the Movies, Campus Concert, That's My Kick, Up in Errol's Room, Feeling is Believing, Gemini, Magician, and Gershwin and Kern. Sounds like an interesting combo, don't you think? And then, Celebrity Scene 1967 promotional set. How can this all be in this box? Is this really the box? We'll find out. set of 5 vintage 7-inch 45 RPM records, recently discovered in Erroll Garner's private archive. These authentic vintage promotional sets are a rare addition to any collection. That's also in here. And then the final concert cassette. It's a reproduction of original 40-minute cassette, Garner's final public performance, February 20th, 1975, at Chicago's legendary Mr. Kelly's, where Muddy Waters played. Captured on an amateur cassette recorder. Man, they're really going for it. So that's what's in the box. Very, very interesting and exciting. And here is the box. So on the back, you get a shot of Mr. Garner, who, again, he wasn't originally allowed into the Union because he couldn't read music. I mean, but so what? I'm a writer. I can't read or write. So there you go. Okay, let's open the box. I'm going to open it. Should I open it with you in mind? I'll try. It's not going to be the easiest. No, I can't do that. I got to put it down. Sorry. See, I just dropped it. 1 second. All right. Wow. So the first out of the box is, this is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful presentation. Don't you think? And in here, okay, my dog is barking upstairs. Sorry, I have a dog. Dogs. All right, and this is just beautiful. I guess this is Erroll Garner's artwork. A lot of these musicians were also great artists, visual artists. I hate that multi-talented thing, but there's that. And all the credits are in here, of course. Octave Music and Mack Avenue, which is a really great jazz label, many of you know. And Cecile McLaurin Salbank is on Mack Avenue. Mack. All right, she wrote Garner the Visual Artist. That's her. Oh, and she's kind of is showing all the photos. And then Robin D.G. Kelly wrote the Octave Records and the Liberation of Erroll Garner, which is what happens when you get your own record label and you stop messing around with the majors that want to screw you over. I guess that's the point. Anyway, so this is a whole historical thing. You learn a lot about Erroll and about Martha Glaser, who was very instrumental, no pun intended, in her career. At any rate, working class. It says here she was born at 21. Her parents are working class Jewish immigrants from Hungary, as were one side of my family, from Hungary, and so that. And then here's a picture of Erroll with Meadlux Lewis, Art Tatum, Peter Johnson, backstage at the Piano Parade Tour, Detroit, 1952. Looky there, how cool is that? He was with his heroes, pianist heroes. Marijuana charge puts jazz grade in New Jersey jail. This whole history of stupidity in this world. Nab Erroll Garner on a dope rap for smoking weed. So annoying. Dismissed. It was dismissed. He paid a $50 fine, and at the same time he was in Atlantic City getting jailed, there were 5,000 white musicians smoking weed and nothing happened to them. Okay, enough politics. Anyway, this pictures, history. There he is with Mitch Miller, and they're saying something to him. Oh, this whole thing about Garner presses war on record firm. Yep, he was dead 4 years when John Hammond decided to pick a fight with Glaser, Mrs. Glaser. Anyway, that's where the fight started in 81 apparently, and Octave Records was born. This is just one of these things where there's a whole history here to learn. Garner in the studio. And credits, full credits. Here are the albums. Remastering, Steve Rosenthal. And High Res press. So a lot of good. This is the kind of detail. Oh, look at this picture of a display in a record store. Very cool. This looks really. This is one of these you sit down, smoke a joint. Oh, did I say that? And really enjoy this. A lot of information here. What was done, how it was done. And here are all the great covers of the 12 records that are in this set. And more artwork. There's George Wein. George Wein just died 2 days ago, 95 years old. The producer, the founder of the Newport Folk Festival, Newport Jazz Festival. He just died. They're all dying too soon, you know what I'm saying? And then these records are in here, record after record. Beautiful, beautiful package. You could easily say that Erroll Garner was a muscular pianist. You know, he was not one of these, like, it's all happening from the neck up. I mean, he really got into it, made it very, very exciting. All right, now let's see what else is in here. Sometimes you pay a penalty when, as a musician, you are accessible to people and you're not involved in doing inversions and all kinds of things in your playing that, oh, you don't know what that is? Well, spend a couple of years in music school and you'll learn what you're hearing that you don't understand. You'll learn what that means. But, you know, there's also just playing and enjoy. All right, I'm rambling, but that's okay. Now, this is something interesting that I don't know what it is. This is CDs. I remember CDs. Here are 4 CDs there. And then there's a piece of butcher paper so you can put meat on here in case you want to eat while you're watching. Then there's oh jeez, look, there's a certificate. There's only 300 of these boxes. I think most of these, if they're not sold out, they're going to be sold out really quickly. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful presentation. I can't wait to sit down and listen to this and go through the whole thing. And I'll even play the CDs. I will. And then I'll play the high resolution downloads. And I'll tell you, I can't hear any difference, but I'm sure I will. All right, now there's more, but wait. Here's oh, this is going to be the singles 45 RPM box. Yeah, how cool. An MGM compatible stereo mono recording. MGM Celebrity Scene, Erroll Garner. How cool is that? What they don't say is, oh, it's weird. This is so well done that you wonder, did they actually have a couple of hundred of these things sitting around? Did Erroll Garner save a couple of hundred of these, and these are actual original? No. Well, maybe. Well, it looks like these are new. These are new. It's a new facsimile. I can't believe this is an old thing. This has got to be new. But this is how MGM used to. MGM. Those of you who know, MGM used to have their records, singles and LPs as on yellow paper, as opposed to yellow pepper. That's a whole nother story, the yellow pepper story. I'm not going to go into the yellow pepper story, but it's a very funny story. But I'll tell it some other time. Anyway, so these are the singles of this box. And that comes... Oh, and then there's the cassette. Here's the cassette. For Mr. Kelly, Chicago. And this... Oh, this is so cool. They actually... It was obviously a TDK tape. Those of you who had... tape kind of sewers know that. And then you get the Mr. Kelly recorded by a fan. And that's the box. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful box, and I'm glad I got to open it in front of you. This is what's inside, where everything goes. So that's the Erroll Garner box, opened for you. I think most of these is limited to this deluxe one is limited to 300 copies. I think they're pretty much all gone. Erroll Garner, Liberation and Swing Centennial Collection, just beautifully put together. You don't have to have read every word of it or gone through it carefully, which I haven't done yet, obviously, to see that this is a beautiful, beautiful package, and Erroll Garner is certainly well deserving of the accolades and the honor that is given him here. And that is the Erroll Garner box set opening, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you. Now I'm going to take a shower because I kind of smell, you know.